The most recent game, the biggest news of the news cycle in sports today, surrounds the New England Patriots after their Monday Night Football loss against the Bears. And this was a game where Mac Jones, he returns from injury. I believe he had a high ankle sprain a couple of weeks ago. Mac comes back. He looks horrible in the first quarter. Very, very bad. We've talked about Mac before. We're not big believers on this show.
You are. The both of you are.
I sold.
No, I've never been Mac Jones above Zach Wilson.
No, I've never been a big. Well, I'm not a Zach Wilson believer.
I was a Mac Jones.
I'm just saying you put him second in those rankings. We can go back. You put Mac Jones second. So don't say you were. I put him last.
Look, I was a Mac Jones guy too. Week 1.
Okay,
I was high.
Don't ever say I was a Mac Jones believer. I was just higher than Zach Wilson. But Mac comes in, which doesn't look very good. He doesn't look very good. They bring in Bailey Zappe, and after 2 drives, you got to think every Jets and Bills fan is saying they're going, you got to be kidding me. And all the Patriots fans are going, here's the next Tom Brady. We got this guy who's going to come in after injury to our starter, light everyone up. Zappe looked really good, and then all of a sudden he turned back into Bailey Zappe.
Yeah, Paul, we're sitting there at this sports bar down in Plantation watching Boat Campers. Great place. Watching the game. And I'm putting a chicken finger in my mouth at the moment. I look up at the TV, and it's 14-10. I'm like, oh, boy.
Beautiful throw to Devontae Parker. Yeah. He looked really good.
Is TB12 turned into to BZ4? But
so Zappe comes back down to earth. But the big question today now, everyone's saying, is there a quarterback controversy in New England? Is Bailey Zappe or Mac Jones? And I think it's a ridiculous question. Mac Jones is the starter there. We know who Bailey Zappe is. He had a nice run. He filled in. He did his job. But Mac Jones is going to be the starter there. The bigger question for me, and tell me if you guys agree with this, or maybe not question, but the bigger issue in New England, Bill Belichick has done things a certain way for a long time, and it works. It works a lot. He has a great defense. He really doesn't invest too heavily in the offense. He doesn't draft a lot of receivers or tight ends that early, similar to Green Bay in many ways. And I think you're seeing with both those teams right now a massive issue at the skill position players. Now, Mac Jones, to me, is probably an 8 or 9 win quarterback most years, with a floor of 6 or 7 and a ceiling of roughly 10, depending on the team.
With the team surrounding him currently, yes.
Yes, but with the team he currently has, he's not going to get above 8 or 9 wins. And I just thought back to when was Mac Jones really when's the last time he was a stud? It was in college. His junior year, I believe, or sophomore year.
Devontae Smith.
His junior, yes. And who was the star of that team was Devontae Smith. So Mac Jones is good enough when you give him weapons. He's an okay quarterback. He's not going to light you up. He's not Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. But he can deliver the ball where it has to be fairly accurately. He was a good rookie quarterback last season. It's just I don't think that.
Hold on. Are you saying we know Mac Jones is good enough because of Devontae Smith and Jerry Jeudy and the Alabama offensive line? He played pretty well.
No.
The fact that somebody does well when their offensive talent in college massively outclasses the opposition.
I'm saying we've seen him succeed with a lot of talent around. And yes, people run wide open in Alabama. But when he has players, I think that Mac Jones is good enough when he has solid receiving core around him that he can play at a higher level.
We have no evidence of that.
Yeah, I don't even agree with the fact that I think he's better than Bailey Zappe. I think literally I watched them play.
They're very similar.
And they look exactly the same. They run back there. They do their play action. They throw the ball on these 4-yard screen routes that Bill Belichick has them running, and that's about it. And again, it's difficult to be a backup and come in, especially when you're a rookie with he wasn't practicing with the first team this week, Zappe. So I don't know why Bill Belichick did that. I guess he just knew. I don't know. I think if you bring Mac Jones back, you got to play him the whole game. He did look terrible, but you got to let him play. If this is your rookie quarterback, you can't just be ruining his confidence because now, next week against the Jets, and I know we're going to get there, but if Mac Jones comes out, because, he should be starting. If he's starting and he has a bad first quarter, now he's looking over his shoulder being like, when am I going to get pulled?
Do you not give him any leeway?
So hold on. If you listen to Bill Belichick, what he had to say, because of course people asked him about this, he said it was the plan the whole week for Mac Jones to go in for 3 drives and then get pulled.
Oh, I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe that either.
That's also the dumbest plan ever.
People were saying early in the week, if you paid attention to the reporters were saying this was exactly what was going to happen. Mac Jones was going to come in, play a few scripted drives, and then pull him.
Well, then I don't understand.
There's two possibilities here.
That's never going to work. Running a 2-quarterback system, knowing you're going to do so, is never going to work.
Yeah,
there's 2 possibilities here. One is it was Belichick's plan, in which case it was a really stupid plan, and it's a sign that they've got no offensive competency in the building. The other possibility is it's not. Belichick made an awful choice and is lying to the media, and at that point you have to wonder, Again, either way, whether he planned this or not, it is a tough look for Bill
Ziggy,
Belichick.
hold on.
And I have to wonder if he's the guy to take this team forward anymore.
If he had planned this, that Mac Jones is playing 2 or 3 scripted drives and going to be pulled, what if Mac Jones goes up 14-0? Do they pull him?
It's the dumbest. That makes
I don't think they pull him if they're winning, no.
Okay,
not if he looks good.
But like, how could you? Then he didn't announce the plan. Oh, I'm going to have Mac for 3 drives.
Obviously, he's not going to announce the plan. But Ziggy, I'm not too familiar with
what he said he's going to do.
Well, no, I'm not too familiar with the New England sports scene and their reporters. Do you follow that? Is that what they were saying beforehand?
Is that legit? There's no way it can be.
No, this is what people are saying. So early in the week, you had people saying, like, we think the Patriots are going to use both quarterbacks. We're not sure exactly how because Belichick has been a little bit cagey. But people were saying this leading up to the game, that both quarterbacks were going to see some serious play.
If Bailey Zappe wins that game against the Bears, there is a serious case that he is the starter.
Yeah, with the way that it ended.
He is the starter.
Yeah.
Well, with the way that it ended, I don't think he'll start if Max.
No, I'm saying
If he
had won that game.
Yeah.
But because the way that the Patriots looked in Cleveland, the way Bailey Zappe played, and the way they mauled the Browns, I've never seen Mac Jones play that well.
No.
Ever.
He's never mauled anyone. Besides, I guess they mauled the Jets, but that wasn't his.
I mean, remember, what were they last? What was the start they got off to last year? The 7-2 or something
But
like
I don't
that?
think Mac Jones didn't look good.
No, Mac looked.
Well, their defense is really good. They run the ball down people's throats, and he just was checking the ball down.
He's a game
But
manager.
he looked okay. Like Bailey Zappe looked better than Mac Jones has ever looked to me.
I
last
agree.
week.
But Bailey Zappe never looked like he was anything more than Mac Jones. I really don't.
In Cleveland, I think he did.
Nah, Mac has had some good games before. At the end of the day, I think that New England, the 2 quarterbacks they have, I can't see either one of them leading them on a deep playoff run anytime soon.
Neither can I. Has Mac had a 22-point win on the road ever besides college?
I'm not sure.
They beat the Jets on the road.
But I do remember at this time
But
last
it
year.
wasn't him. It was Zach Wilson threw 4 picks. That was when he threw the 4 picks.
I remember that.
I do remember at this time last year, a lot of people thought New England was the Super Bowl favorite in the AFC or a Super Bowl contender right behind Kansas City and Buffalo. So, yeah, Ziggy, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that news about Bill Belichick.
There's no way that can be true.
Scripting out a couple drives for him.